Good evening, everybody. We are here for SMB's Summer Select video preview for our timed online only sale. Just getting started this evening. Just trying to make sure everything's working right and that we're up and going on Facebook as well as on our YouTube channel. So looks like everything is flowing well as we typically do. I'm going to start out here. I'm just going to create a new window so that I can help everybody kind of see the best way to get to everything. Okay, so we want to make sure everybody knows how to get in and get to everywhere where the bidding takes place. The easiest way that we can show everybody to do that is if you go to our website, which is smbhorsesales.com. Right here on the main page, there is this button that says click here to bid online. You can click there. It's going to take you in. I'm going to click there in just a second. If you haven't registered to bid yet, you can notice there's a little bid button right here that says register to bid. You also, if you want to review the horses from our website, you'll be able to see them on the auction site as well, but you can click there to the horses July 2020. The online catalog's right here. You can flip through. Or you can come down and click on any one of these horses and it'll take you into their details page. And you'll notice here there's also a button for click here to bid online as well as to register to bid. Also, if you're not familiar with it, you want to kind of see how all this works, you can click down here on the directions for online bidding and it'll kind of walk you through a few things. So I'm just going to click right there and go to the online bidding. It's going to take us into our Octria software where all of this bidding takes place, and it's going to drop us right into the catalog. With that, I'd like to point out a few things. One, if you would take the time, we would appreciate if you would go to this tab right here. You can review our terms and conditions of the sale. Please make sure you're familiar with that and understand it. The other thing you'll notice at the bottom of there, all the consignors are listed right here with the HIP numbers they have and their contact phone number and the location. These horses will sell from the consignors' locations. That's where the buyers will need to pick up the horses from. We give you 7 days to do that from sell time. I am going to point out that you're probably not going to be able to pick them up before Monday. The sellers have got to get health certificates complete and brand inspections in the buyer's name, and they're probably going to need to do that on Monday. But the time that you should have the horse picked up is in the next 7 days. If you need to go beyond that, you should call the consignor before you bid. Talk to them about that. After 7 days, they may charge you a board fee. They may also ask you to take an insurance policy out on the horse for whatever time they have possession of it after the sale. Note that you own the horse as soon as the bidding closes if you're the highest bidder. At that point, the horse is your responsibility. So while the consignor maybe take care of it for you for 7 days or potentially longer, you do own the horse. Also note there's some transportation companies listed at the bottom of that if you're looking for some help with some transport. You'll also note at the bottom of all of the pages on the Octria sites, there's this little video that kind of walks you through bidding on online sales. So with that, I'm going to jump back to the catalog. Again, we ask that you review those terms and conditions and that you have talked to the consignor. Probably the biggest issue that we ever have is when somebody buys a horse and they have not talked to the consignor or asked any questions. So if you're planning on bidding on a horse and you haven't talked to the consignor to talk to him about that horse, please pick up the phone in the next 24 hours, call them, ask questions about the horse, make sure that you're getting a horse that's going to fit for you. I will also point out that during this process, especially tomorrow when the bidding is getting closing, if you've got questions about bidding, need help with making the payment, or any of the process during the sale, you can call either of those two phone numbers and we'll have somebody that will help you out. Also would ask that you read this print here at the top. With that, you'll notice we've got a practice bidding item going. I want to touch on that just a little bit. So when you come in here, there are two methods for bidding. There's a custom amount bidding. If I go in there, I can just enter amount and hit bid. There's the quick bid. That will just take the next increment. So right now in the practice bidding, it's at $22,400. If I'm in the quick bid mode, it will just take the next increment. I hit bid. It'll ask me if I'm sure. I hit OK. Now somebody's got a proxy bid in there. that means that it's not accepting my bid and it's just going to move whoever has the proxy bid up. So it tells me I have to bid at the next increment. I hit it again. Now there's still a proxy bid. So I'm going to close without bidding right there. Now I'm going to come down. I'm going to go to bid a custom amount. Now I don't know what this proxy bid that whoever's got in it is, but say my budget is $25,000 on the horse. I'll put in $25,000. Notice down here that there is a proxy bid checked. What that means is when I enter this bid, it's going to bid to the next increment until it gets above whoever already has a proxy bid in. Then it's going to make me the higher bidder, the next level above that. It'll stop right there. And then if somebody bids against me, it'll push all the way up to $25,000 before somebody can outbid me. So I'm going to bid right there. Click OK. And apparently that wasn't enough. So I'm going to try 50. I'll hit OK. Okay, now I am the highest bidder at $25,100. So you notice I put $50,000 in as my amount, but it only took me to $25,100 to get me above where that other proxy bid was. Now it will bid in the increment on my behalf and hold until it hits that $50,000 mark. Now note, if you unclick that and you type in an amount, it's going to put whatever you put. So I already know it's $50,000. I'm going to put $50,500. When I click on that, click OK, it just enters that amount. It's no longer proxy bidding and moving in increments. So you've got the proxy bid in a custom amount where the system will bid on your behalf. If you want to click that, whatever amount you type in there, it's going to bid. If I go to the quick mode, it's just going to bid in the next increment that shows what it needs to be. So you can play with that. We'll turn it off sometime after the sale tomorrow and clear out the amount. But feel free to go in and play around if you want to practice kind of on the bidding. The nitty-gritty of the bidding is going to come down tomorrow night when we start closing. The bids on these horses, the first horse will close at 6 o'clock. And then they go in 5-minute increments after that. Now, we also want to point out, if anybody bids in the last 60 seconds, there will be a timer running right here. If anybody bids in that last 60 seconds, it will extend that horse by 2 minutes. A horse can extend multiple times. We've seen horses extend 10, 15, 20 times at certain times. Not a lot of the horses will, but some of them might extend that far. If a horse extends, it will not change the time on any other horse in the sale, only that horse. So there is a possibility that hip number 1 could extend multiple times, hip number 2 doesn't extend, and hip number 1 might close after hip number 2. So if you're watching multiple horses and you want to keep track of them, make sure you keep aware of those timers and pay attention and bounce around. Now you'll notice I moved right here. I can move in the next item, previous item, through this catalog. I can also go back and then just go to the horse that I want to click on and take it on. The bidding takes place inside of all those horses. Now you'll note there's already been a little bit of bidding on this horse. He's up to $3,000. The next bid would be $3,500. You can see that. You'll also see the details of the horse right here, height, disposition. Understand on those dispositions, we're asking the consignor to give us their best summary of the horse. You still need to call and talk to the consignor. Ask him. Some of these horses will say confident rider is needed. That might just simply be that the horse needs a confident rider to push him out. It might be that the horse is a little bit bigger motor. There's a lot of reasons that somebody might list a horse as needing a confident rider. Doesn't mean anything's wrong with the horse. Just means the consignor wants you to call him up and ask him why. Make sure that that horse fits for you. So understand that we're trying to give you some idea here on the disposition and temperament, but you should still call the consignor and ask him what that means. The experience, what the horse has been experienced in, is listed, and then we get the write-up from the seller. Now I'm going to point out there might be a typo here or there. Double check some things. This horse is 15.3 hands tall. There's a typo down here that we failed to get fixed, so be aware of that. The one other thing before we start into some videos and talking about the individual horses, I want to point out, if I open the pictures right there, if I scroll to the last picture, I will get this horse's pre-purchase exam. All of these horses have had a general pre-purchase exam done. That pre-purchase exam includes a general health inspection. They listen to the heart, they listen to the lungs, they look at the teeth, they look at the eyes, we ask them to look at the genitalia. We basically overlook the horse, looking for scars, any of that type of stuff, anything that might indicate a tumor or anything along those lines. With that, on grade horses, and this one's a little bit blurry, but right here it says estimated age for grade horses. The vet's putting in an age there that he bases off the teeth. Understand, chances are I can take a horse to 5 different vets, and that age is going to be 5 different numbers. But we're trying to give you as a buyer the best information we can for you to understand. And anybody that's been in the horse world very long knows that aging a horse by teeth, especially if they're over 10 years old, is somewhat of a guessing game, and we're trying to get at least a veterinarian to look at it and verify the ages on these grade horses as much as possible. You'll also note up here the different parts of their the respiratory, the heartbeat. In here is kind of the horse's condition. And then we ask that the vet checks these horses with a hoof tester, testing palpation, see if there's any soreness that notices. 0 is a good number, 5 is a bad number in this. Down here, they flex the horse and then observe it in a walk, trot, and a lope. Again, 0 is a good number, 5 is a bad number. And you'll see as you scroll through some of those, horses may have notated some specifics in there. So understand it's a general pre-purchase. There are no videos. We're trying to give you the ability to make an educated decision when you're buying a horse. Those are posted in the pictures, last picture, in every horse. If you're not quite sure you understand it, you've got a local vet, give him a call, print it off, have him look through it, and tell him what it says. If there's notes on there that you don't understand, call your vet and ask him. With that, I'm going to jump into this first horse. You'll notice the videos are right here under the write-up. We're going to hit play and expand it, and we'll talk a little bit about these horses. This is hip number 1. Let me see if I can adjust the window here really quick. No, it's not going to let me. Okay, well, hopefully you've got the whole view. I'm trying to watch it on the computer to make sure we've got everything. So this is hip number 1. This is Rascal, brought to us by Shooter Livestock. He's located in Blackfoot, Idaho. Again, he's 15 3 hands. There are a couple typos we mixed up in different places, so understand he's 15 3 hands. They've got him listed as disposition 1, that anyone can ride, temperament 2, as mellow. He's got experience in trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, team calf and breakaway roping. He's been used in 4-H and club shows, play days, sorting, team penning, and western pleasure. Watching the video earlier on this horse, you'll see they're mowing the lawn around him. I was actually very impressed with this horse when I was watching him. I was just talking to somebody just a little bit ago that called and had some interest in this horse, and I pointed out this is a good, solid, all-around kind of a horse. He's very well put together. He's got some height to him. He's big. He'll carry you if you're a big horse. But I just really like, as you watch this video, the different things that they've done with him that show, again, you can see his disposition. They're mowing the lawn under and around him and all around his legs. You'll see a little bit later in the video, they use some milk jugs around him to show that he's not nervous with stuff around his legs. Noticing in the video how they're riding him one-handed throughout. He neck rings good. I think he works off their feet fairly well. I think later in this video they swing a rope off of him, which we're going to use about the first 3 minutes of video on each of these horses. Keep in mind, a lot of them are quite a bit longer. There's some that are 10, 12, 13 minutes. If you haven't watched them all the way through, please do. There's also some of these horses that got multiple videos on them. Again, I like how this horse walks out into the water. Just as I watched this video earlier today, I just thought this is just a good, solid, all-around horse. Will do a little bit of everything. He's got a nice handle on him. Works off his feet. If you're looking for something you can go ranch on, ride the trails, work a cow, maybe rope a little bit. You can see in the handle he's got the disposition. He's not going to spook on you. Level-headed. Just everything about this horse as I watched this video, I really liked him. Sometimes people get caught up on color or different things and just waiting for a horse later in the sale. Somebody should really be paying attention to this horse. He's the first horse in the sale, but I just really liked how well-rounded he is. As we talk through here, we'll try to tell you a little bit about the consignors as well. Shooter Livestock is the consignor on the horse. They've been bringing horses to our sales for 6 years. They do a great job of taking these horses and just exposing them to a little bit of everything. I talk all the time about them doing a great job of desensitization with this horse. I really liked this when I saw this today. There's a couple of their horses they've done this with today, but boy, you get up in the mountains getting through some deadfall or whatever else, some of those horses don't like it. This is just a good way to show he's going to handle things in stride even when things are around his leg and around his feet. Not every horse is going to do that right there. So there's a lot of things about this horse I like. I know he's the first horse in the sale, but he's one that people should really be paying attention to. I just think that's a good, nice, solid, all-around horse. He's, I think, 8 years old. Is that what it was? Yes, right at 8 years old. He's right entering the prime of his life. Got his whole life ahead of him. That's just a nice, solid horse. Moving to hip number 2. This is Bunny, brought to us by Cobb Family Horses and Mules out of Weiser, Idaho. She's 13-1 hands, so she's kind of that pony size, but big enough that the adults can get on her and ride her still. They've got her listed as Disposition 1. Anybody can ride. Temperament is 3, average. They've used her in trail riding, ranch work, barrel racing, 4-H club shows, and play days. Again, I liked really a lot of these ponies, and this size horse sometimes get neglected on kind of finishing out. I liked how this horse spins around, works on the one hand, neck reins, got a good disposition there. A little later in this video, they're going to run barrels. I really liked, if you're looking for a 4-H type horse that can go be kind of an all-around, or little britches or little buckaroo, watch how this horse turns those barrels. They're just tight. He's got a little bit of speed to him, or her, I guess. This is, let's see, yeah, this is a mare. Bunny. So, but boy, turning nice little barrel pattern for that little horse. If you're looking for something to go do little britches, 4-H, little buckaroo, loping a nice circle here, picks up its leads. Really kind of liked how this little horse just handled. Nice one-handed handle, which again, sometimes with ponies you don't always find that. Takes everything kind of in stride, kind of that right size. Pretty markings on the paint side of it. The picture in the catalog, when still got a little bit of winter hair, kind of a gruely looking color, but slicks out to this black and white. But I just was impressed for a pony and how this horse handled. Again, that barrel pattern, if you're looking for something to go do 4-H, for your youth to go do 4-H or little britches, that was turning nice little barrel pattern. Again, I'll try to tell you a little bit about the consignors as we go. The Cobbs have a ranch up there in Weiser, Idaho. They run about 20,000 acres, several hundred head of cows. These horses get used all over that place. We've been up there and seen it. There's a lot of rough country up there that they ride these horses in as they work cows through the summer. They're steep, rough country. I mean, look at how that pony works. Kind of soft in the face, just nice riding along with him sitting backwards. It's just a nice little horse. I guarantee you this horse has seen a cow and been in some rough country up there on that ranch. Just kind of a cool, and this size is kind of the hot commodity when you're talking about pony, and they're kind of hard to find right now. We got a couple in this cell that are just really nice ponies. So if you're looking for something for your youth, you should be paying attention there. Hip number 3. This is a very unique option that we have in our cell. We've actually got 2 of them in this cell, both from Marissa Hansen up there in Blackfoot, Idaho. These horses are American curly horses. If you don't know what that is, it's the only breed of horse that's hyperallergenic. So if you're allergic to horses but love them and you don't want to have to fight the allergies, these horses are like a hyperallergenic dog. They're not going to flare up your allergies. We've been doing this going on 7 years. This is the first one we've seen, and we've got 2 in this cell. This one's even got a little bit of buckskin color to go with it. But, we know we've got kids with allergies to horses. They're always fighting them and trying to dig through that. And here's an option for those that fight the allergies but still love the horses. Again, we've got 2 of them. Chloe, a little bit later in the cell, is another one. These horses, watching them ride out real gentle. This one is Barbara. She's a 2008 American Curly Mare. She's about 15 hands. They've got her listed as anyone can ride, and temperament is mellow. They've used her trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, barrel racing, 4-H club shows and play days, sorting team penning, Western Pleasure. She ride right off into the water. She's even going to get a drink there. Boy, she's built like a tank. If you've got somebody that is a little bit bigger and needs to make sure that horse is going to hold up, here's another one. They've used the milk jugs. You can see. I know, they called us when they consigned these horses, and we're just talking about how cool they were and riding them around and how fun they've had with them, these horses, and how nice they are. And again, this one, you got a little bit of the buckskin color. You got those big socks. You can see the disposition in these horses. They're big. They're solid. They're going to carry about anybody that they need to. If you're into packing, they'd carry a big pack. Just kind of cool. And again, the allergy aspect of it. We know a lot of people that have allergies, that love horses, that fight through them. Here's an opportunity to get one that's not going to flare your allergies. Again, we got 2 of them in here. And you don't see these very often available for sale out there. They're rare enough that when they consign these horses, I went and researched them online to verify the hyperallergenic and kind of a little bit about them. There's a lot of cool history out there if you research the American Curlies. But if you've got allergies, this is, again, in 7 years, the first opportunity we've had to have one in our cell and offer it, and we've got 2 of them. Again, you can see the disposition in them, just how they take things in stride and kind of work. And this one's even got some flash with the color and the stockings and the chrome to go with it. Moving on to hip number 4. This is another horse I really like in this cell. They've been sending some little clips besides what's in the video off and on as they've been using her. Sorry, trying to get the video to play here. There we go. This is Missouri Magical. They call him Pep. Brought to us by Cody Noyes out of Downey, Idaho. He's by Really Magical, by Haida's Magic, by Peppy Sandbadger on the top. Also Doc Solano on the top. On the bottom, out of Desiree Dondi, a daughter of Two Roan Rondo, by Murray Whipple, also Tommy 2 on the bottom. 2016 model. He's that nice red roan color. He's 14-1 hands. They have him listed as disposition as beginner friendly and temperament as mellow. They've used him in trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, and cutting. There's quite a bit of video in here dragging some calves to the fire and different things. I know that Cody's sent me some video of his wife out riding them. You can see there how they trust that horse carrying the baby on them. Here they are dragging calves to the fire. I've come to a point in life where I like this size of horse, that 14 to 15 hand. They're easy to get on and off. They'll still carry you and go all day. This horse is really nice, well put together. Just 6 years old. Again, another one just entering the prime of his life. He's registered. They've done all the ranch work and trails. You can see just his nice disposition. This is a nice horse. Nice colored, well put together, nice hip, front shoulder on him, good head. Got his whole life ahead of him. Go turn him into a heel horse, maybe a breakaway horse. You could use him in high school rodeo or little britches and finish him out to do a little bit of everything. Take him out on the ranch, up in the mountains. He neck rings good. He handles that rope good. Just a good, solid, nice, all-around little gelding right here. These are the type of horses we've seen just people jump all over for the last 2-3 years now. Got a little color to go with it. Just nice, solid little gelding right here that we were excited to see in our cell. You can see there with the little girl riding him. That, again, speaks to the disposition on this horse and how he handles. I know Cody, again, has mentioned that this is the horse his wife likes to go out and get on and ride and do things. Just a good, solid, all-around gelding with the color and the well put together with his whole life ahead of him, just entering in his prime. This is, if I was looking for a horse today, this is kind of where I'm looking for. One that's got the experience, got a lot of age in front of him, but I don't have to go deal with the real young horse anymore. I can just ride out and go, and he's going to have enough experience that I don't have to worry. So And again, for the age and the beginner-friendly disposition, just a good, solid, all-around kind of gelding right there. We're really excited about really the overall mix in this sale, and that's one that we were really excited to see. Here is hip number 5. This is Everest. Draft crosses have been the hot thing for the last couple of years as well, and here is one right here. He's brought to us by Tim Cobb up there in Weiser, Idaho. He is a 2010 model, so he's 12 years old, draft cross gelding. He's 15-2 hands. They've got him listed as anyone can ride, and the temperament is mellow. They've used him for trail riding and ranch work. They say he's the ultimate backcountry horse. You'll see him here in a little bit, I think, packing or leading a pack string. He's been ridden all over the mountains up there in the Frank Church Wilderness. He's a Shire Foxtrotter cross, so you got the Shire draft and then some Foxtrotter in there. That's going to give you a real smooth ride, nice gait. You can see that big front shoulder on him. He could probably pull your house off the foundation. He's going to probably cover some ground really nice and just smooth. If you're looking for a good solid mountain horse, that's probably one that should be at the top of the list right there. That's just going to carry you all day, go wherever you want, and have a really nice smooth ride to it. Again, if you're looking for a ranch horse, he's probably going to be able to hold that. If you need to go doctor a bull and hold it, he looks like he could probably handle that. You can see there his feet. He's got all good black feet. Looks like big solid feet there. He's got some good bone. Just a good solid nice gelding right here. Another one that again has been going to be all over that ranch up there in Weiser, and covered some country and seen some rough country. He's been all over the mountains. You see him cross some water right there and climb right up out. Just a good, nice, solid gelding. Again, these draft crosses have been kind of the hot commodity for the last few years, and here's one right here early in this sale for people to look at, and just he's pretty too. Sometimes those draft horses don't always come out the prettiest, the draft crosses, but you know he's got a nice head on him, good nice stride, big front shoulder. Just really like this horse. If you're looking for a good pleasure recreation horse, you probably ought to be paying attention right here. Again, I want to remind everybody that one of the biggest things that we talk about, if you're going to be betting on horses through this sale tonight and tomorrow, make sure you've called the consignor, talk to them, ask questions. They don't want you to get home and not like the horse. Call them up, tell them what you're going to use the horse for, ask questions. Make sure that you're doing your due diligence as a buyer. Take a look at the pre-purchase exams, review them. We want you to get home and be happy with the horse. The consignor wants you to get home and be happy with the horse. But part of that is calling and talking to him. Here you can see that horse leading the pack mules, hauling solid up to the cows up there. Again, just a good, solid, all-around gelding right here that is going to make somebody a real nice mountain horse. Moving on to hip number 6. This is another one of my favorites in this sale. This is a good, solid, nice little all-around mare. Watching the video on her today. She's been used out on the ranch. Used in the calf pen. They've used her out in the roping pen. She's got a nice put together, nice little head. She's 14-1 hands as a 2012 model mare. They got her listed as Disposition 3 for Confident Rider, and Temperament 3 is average. Again, there's a lot of reasons that they might say Confident Rider. My guess is on this one, maybe she's got a little bit of a motor with what they're using her for. But you should be paying attention. If you're looking for a good, solid, all-around horse, they've used her in trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, team calf and breakaway roping. We're watching her rope right here on the video. They show her quite a bit. Boy, if you're looking for a breakaway horse for high school rodeo, junior high rodeo, little britches, they score some cattle in here on this video. They're working out of her. She stands good in the box, nice and flat on all 4 feet. You can see there, she just comes out ready, puts him in place to throw that rope. Boy, if you're looking for, if you're looking for a calf horse, a breakaway horse, a heel horse, here's one sitting right in front of you. She's 10 years old, so she's right in the prime of her life. Again, you see her score right there, nice flat-footed, walks out, stands in the box well. Her scoring again. Just a good, solid, nice little horse. Here they are out working cattle on the ranch. She's an athlete. If you watch this video, you can see that in her. She's willing. She's eager to please. She has a pile of try and can run. They've used her all over the ranch, loading cattle, dragging calves, tagging calves. They've had her in the arena heading, heeling, and started on tie down. She excels at breakaway. We just saw that in the video. She's sure-footed outside. She clips, shoes, loads, and hobbles the best. No buck or bite, kick or rear. She hasn't been ridden for over a year and a half when they bought her. And their 12-year-old son rode off on her and has been riding her ever since. So that's just a good, solid. I mean, you go try to find these horses with this kind of experience that are athletes that can go do high school rodeo, junior high, little britches. They're not cheap. A lot goes into making this kind of a horse. And here's one right here that, boy, is going to make somebody a really nice horse. Especially, again, if you're looking for a high school rodeo or junior high or little britches or a good, solid little ranch horse that you can go do all around on. This is one everybody should be really paying attention to that's looking for that kind of a horse. Just a nice, good, solid. You can see her hold that rope right there. Good, solid, nice horse. They get that finished out into that calf horse. Calf roping horses are not easy to find, and they're darn sure not cheap, and she's well on the way to being one. This is really a horse that, again, back to the high school, junior high, little britches, you could go team rope, calf rope, breakaway. You could probably goat tie on her, and she's probably going to go out and do the speed events as well. Just a good, solid, nice little mare that everybody really ought to be paying attention to on this horse. Okay, make a note. Hip number 7 has been scratched. Had some issues 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they called us up and just wanted to get those issues resolved before they moved on and got her sold. So hip number 7 has been pulled out. So we'll move on to hip number 8. This is one of our highlight horses in the sale. This is Plato. He is a 2016 model gelding. He's grade. He's 15 hands. There's another one brought to us by Shooter Livestock up out of Blackfoot, Idaho. He's got experience in trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, barrel racing, 4-H club shows, play days, sorting, team penning, Western pleasure. Shooter does do quite a bit of team sorting. I don't know if it was this video. I noticed, though, that they also were roping on one that Marissa was roping on. You can see her going out through the trails. Boy, I like how this horse is put together. He's solid, solid, solid. He's just 6 years old, but boy, look at the hip, look at the shoulder on him. I like his head. He's got that buckskin color. I like how he's carrying his head right here. You can see her riding one-handed, just a nice, solid, even circle right there. He's just flashy. Again, that big bone, solid horse. Like how he tucks his butt right there. She pulls him into a stop. How he's tucking his head. I like how he carries his head. Just a good, solid, nice horse, and he's got that buckskin color that everybody's always looking for. They've had him all over the woods, in the creek, crossing water. Sorry about that. Not sure what just happened. I must have bumped a screen here. We'll jump back up to where we were. Like I back there, this is just a good, nice, solid horse. And again, everybody's always looking for the buckskins, and he's there. But I look more at the conformation on this horse. Just that shoulder, the hip on him, nice, pretty head. I like how he carries that head, just nice, level-headed. He's got some tiger stripes on him, if that's something that doesn't come with every buckskin. He's got just a good, solid, nice handle and a nice mind. You can see it in him. Here you're going to see her bring the cows down the pen. I really like this horse. He's just put together really nice. He's pretty. He handles well. Another one, again, he's just 6. He's got his whole life ahead of him. This is where I like to try to find him, where I don't have to worry about doing all the work to get him some experience, but they got a lot of life to go. You can see here again showing the disposition. The blue ghost here is going to go, and you can just see, ears forward, paying attention, but not spooky at all. Boy, he's flashy, he's pretty, just nice gelding right here. And again, I can't say enough about how I look at his conformation. I really like the build on this horse and everything about him. I like how he carries his head. Just a good, solid, nice horse right here. Again, another one, all 4 black feet. He's going to have good, solid black feet on him. And this kind of, as we're getting into the heart of the cell right here, there's 2 or 3 in a row like this, but there you can see her holding the rope on him, working that cow little bit. I was going to pull the rope off on him. But you can see how he's handling right there with that calf right, or that steer right underneath him. Handling it in stride, taking it all in stride. Just a good, nice, solid gelding. Somebody really needs to be paying attention there. Just nice gelding right there. Okay, moving on to hip number 9. This is Gus. This is a 2013 gelding. Brought to us by Cobb Family Horses and Mules up in Weiser, Idaho. He's 15-1 hands, beginner friendly, mellow. He's got looks and brains, smooth traveling, good-minded gelding that's been used on the ranch for all the jobs. Fun to ride down the trails. He'll side pass, work a gate, sort cattle. He's good to catch, has great ground manners. He's safe and has zero funny business. Again, this horse is going to see that ranch up there. Going to be seen a lot of miles, a lot of cattle going up through the pen. Look at the front shoulder on him. That's a big, solid, nice front shoulder on that horse. He's going to have some strength to pull from the horn if you need him to. He's 15-1 hands, kind of right there in that perfect size. A nice hip. Just a good, solid, all-around gelding. And again, another one with that buckskin color, and honestly, I think that last horse is actually a dun. I think it had a line down its back, but to me, if they're the buckskin color, they're the buckskin color, with line or not. But it probably was a dun. But this one, I can't tell if it is. But that color is going to get you noticed. Flashy, nice, kind of again big, solid, nice hip, good front shoulder. Going to been seen all over that ranch up there. Just a good, solid, nice horse right here. Let's see, he's 9 years old. So again, another one just right at the beginning of the prime. Got a lot of life ahead of him. Looks like he can trot out and cover some ground pretty nice. Going to stand real good for him to get on right there. Got a little bit of chrome to go with him with the 3 stalking feet. I will point out again, if you'll go and look at the pre-purchases on all these horses, make sure you pay attention, read the notes. I like how he tucked his head backed up right there. It does look like on this horse there's a little bit of a scar there on the left hump. Don't think it bothers him. I'm sure that there's probably a note on the pre-purchase about it, but want to make sure that people see it. It's not going to hurt him. It's a long ways from his heart. It's not going to affect anything he does, but I did notice it in the video, so everybody should make sure that they're aware that that's there. And again, you can see it in the pictures and the video, but it obviously doesn't affect him at all. Again, just a good, solid, nice all-around kind of a gelding. They've used him in trail riding and ranch work. Okay, moving on to another one of my real favorites in this cell. I probably watched this video more than all the others. Probably wishful thinking on my part, but I really like this horse. This is one brought to us by Kara Washburn down in Cedar City, Utah. It is Victorino. He's a AQHA registered 2017 model. He's by Downright Darling, by Strawfly Special, by Special Effort. Also Victory Dash on the top. So you got some speed bred into him up there on the top line. He's out of BW. Randy Roma, a daughter of Etendino by... Sorry, I got to zoom in here just a little bit. By Beduino, also Muradic on the bottom side. He's experienced in trail riding, ranch work, cutting, reining, sorting, team penning. You'll watch him spin right here, work off of her feet. That reining part of it, if you haven't been around the reining world, it's the Western world's version of dressage. When they've got a reining foundation on them, they've got all the buttons. They've got all the whistles. You can do everything on them. This horse is 5 years old. He's just entering the prime of his life. They've got him listed as Disposition 3 for Confident Rider, probably because he's a little bit younger horse. Temperament 3 for Average. He's a picture of what a quarter horse should look like. He's put together really nice big hip. He has impeccable conformation, clean straight legs, a kind eye. He'll cross the pasture and get you. He'll cross the pasture to get caught. He's kind and friendly. He's good to bathe. Will load and back out of a trailer with ease. He stands quietly to groom and saddle. He's fun to ride. Has a good stride. If you're not familiar with Washburns, go Google search Kara Washburn and look at how many stories pop up in Western Horseman magazine, different things, rodeo, roping, training rope horses, working with horses. You'll be surprised at how much you'll find out there on Kara. She does a great job. She's been doing it for a long time. She trains these horses up well. She does a great job with them. We've been very excited to have Washburns come and be in our cell. Again, I really like this horse. He's one of my favorites in this cell. You can see how easy he is to catch there. I like how he's put together. He's got a good mix of foundation, bloodlines on the bottom with some speed up there on the top. Again, if you really want to know somebody that's experienced on making a really good horse, just go Google search Kara, and you'll find all kinds of stories about what she's done with horses and what she's known for. She's been doing it since she was just a teenager, or really as a kid. Her dad's been doing it for a long time. They're very well known for making great rope horses and different things. Again, going back to the reining foundation on this horse, my view, I know my wife shares this view, you can do anything on a rein horse. When they've got that foundation, they've got all the buttons to go, whether you're working a gate, working a pen, whether you're going to turn it into a rope horse, a barrel horse, whether you want to go do speed events, play days, you go do reining, go do reined cow horse. When they've got that foundation, you can take those horses in any direction. This horse is just 5. He's ready to go. Point him in the direction you want him to go and give him a whole life of good solid work, whether that's roping in the reining world, reined cow horse. I'm sure you could go make a barrel horse out of this with some of the breeding. And again, you're going to find that's just a horse that is as well-rounded as you probably have ever seen with that kind of foundation. And I know if Kara's been working with it, that it's going to be very well along that path. Here is hip number 11. This is Blake. This horse has got the markings that I grew up wanting. I always like these tricolor paints with the bay coloring over the white. I just think they're as pretty as they come. This is a 2012 gelding. He's grade. He's 16 hands. They got him listed as 3 for Confident Rider and 3 for Average Temperament. They've used him in trail riding, ranch work, Western pleasure, and dressage. You'll see in this video they ride him in English a little bit. So you can cross him over and ride Western or English on him. He's been ridden in the arena exclusively in Western pleasure and English. He has great gaits and carries himself with class. Good trail horse, easy and safe. He's extremely friendly, good to catch and rode. Here you can see him working in the English saddle, riding along. He's got a good, nice stride there. Boy, he's pretty and flashy with the coloring on him. A good, solid, nice, all-around kind of gelding. Another one that's going to have seen the ranch all over up there as well. But just a good, well-rounded, nice put together. He's got some height. He's going to cover some ground for you on that 16 hands. Just a good, nice, solid gelding. Like how he tucks his head there as she's backing him up. Collects up nice in that. You can see him play with the tarp around him. I think this is the horse that I was watching a little bit earlier, and they get pulling the tarp through his legs and different things, and was watching how he stood and held his head, and just seemed real solid in how he stood there and handled everything around him. Again, I want to remind everybody, we're going through about 3 minutes of video on these horses, plus or minus a little bit. A lot of them go well beyond that if you haven't watched through them. I will throw out, we have a video playlist on our YouTube channel. You can go there, and all the videos are right there in one place. So if you want, you can go through and just kind of roll through those horses and see all the videos. Of course, they're here in the catalog as well, or on our website. But we try to get them in as many places as we can to make sure you can find them. But just remember, most of these videos go well beyond what we're showing tonight. Again, so again, pulling this tarp through his legs and different things, just how this horse stands there, hardly moves his head, just kind of takes it in stride. I think this is the part that I was noticing where he gets pulling him through the back legs, kind of tucking and pulling, and that horse just standing there with his head down, takes it in stride, even though he's getting his leg pulled on and all of that. That tells me kind of the temperament on that horse and how he'll handle things. Moving on to hip number 12, this is Barney. This might be one of the flashiest Appaloosas we've had in our cell. I don't know, we've had some pretty good ones over the last couple of years. Nice, flashy, pretty Appaloosas. But this one is Barney. He is a 2009 model. He's grade. He's 15 hands. He's listed as 1. Anybody could ride. Temperament of 2 for mellow. They've used him in trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, 4-H club shows and play days, sorting, team penning, Western pleasure. He's a family favorite for them. He loves attention, is always the same. He's sure-footed. You'll see him here crossing through the water. They've used him to push some cows. He's been to some team sortings, and is fun to work some cows on. He's flashy. He's good out alone or in a herd or even tied up alone. He's kind of in the middle of the pecking order in their herd. Let me pull that back up. I apologize. I'm not sure why my computer popped it, but we'll get you back to where it was. This is just nice, flashy, well put together kind of gelding. He's kind of that nice size, 15 hands. Not too big to climb on, but get you up off the ground, cover some country. Watch him here pick up his lead as he goes into the lope. Just a good, solid, nice gelding right here that's going to be flashy and get you noticed. Got a nice smooth lope on him right there. Like tucking his butt there in that stop, showing he's got the ability to put some athleticism into some things. Seeing here riding under the bridge in the cars. Again, 6 Shooter does a great job getting these horses exposed to all kinds of things out in the world. That's kind of their niche, is getting these horses where they're just well-rounded, able to be used in just about anything. You see him here swing the garbage can on him. Covering out through some of this kind of rocky, rough country. You can see how he handles it coming down the hill. Good, nice, sure-footed horse coming down that hill, covering some country. Again, he's flashy. He's going to get you noticed. You watch him here get bridle. He takes this bit nice. I remember looking through this and reviewing the videos this afternoon. Just kind of covering out and walking out in stride right there. Looks like he's got some good solid feet on him there. Good size. Going to be good solid nice feet right there. That's going to hold up well. You can see him here with the tarp and the wind. I know 6 Shooters told us 2 or 3 times they've struggled to get their videos done this year just because the weather wouldn't cooperate. Looks like they did quite a few of them in the wind this year. Okay, moving on to hip number 13. This is another horse that's really intrigued me as I've been watching. Notice there's 3 videos on here. You can go watch each of them. Each of them's got a little bit different, but this is a nice, solid young horse. You can see the pedigree there. She's registered. She's a 2018 model. When you put that into perspective, I really like a lot of what I see in this horse. Her registered name is TM Informed Princess. She's by TM Night White Satin, by Wolf Creek Joe's Song, by MR Joe's Song, also Black Weasel on the top. On the bottom, out of TM She's Informed, by The Informant, by Special Effort. Also a Private 4090 on the bottom. She is appendix bred, so she's going to have a thoroughbred line in there somewhere. I really liked, as I watched this video, all the videos on them. This girl right here actually does Little Britches Rodeo with our daughters. We know her. We know both these girls fairly well. They do a great job with these horses, showing them and showcasing them. But I've really been kind of impressed. And this is a 4-year-old mare. She's well put together. I like the hip on her. I like that front shoulder. A pretty head. You can see her side pass there. Just showing, for a 4-year-old, this horse got a really nice foundation on her. She's got her whole life ahead of her. You can see her disposition. She's got talent and brains. She's ready to go in about any direction. One of the videos you can see her pivoting there, working off the feet. You see her working a gait. They got some video of her working a sled, starting to rope, working a rope off of her. She's got the breeding to go do some speed events, come out of the roping pen, probably into the barrel pen as well. Make a nice ranch horse. She's going to cover some ground. She's well put together. Just a nice, solid all-around horse. But for a 4-year-old, I just really like the start they've got on this horse, the foundation. You can see she's already riding out nice, collected nice. I like how she carries her head. Here she is working the sled. You can see you can ride her out one-handed to work a rope and do the different things. You can see her here working a cow. Just was really, really impressed in everything they've done on this horse and how well they've got her going. And again, here's one that's got her entire life ahead of her. You go ride her for 10 years and then get a few babies out of her. But I just really was impressed with what this horse was and where she's at as a 4-year-old, what they're doing on her. You can see here working the horn, working a cow. Just a good, solid, nice young mare that's got her whole life ahead of her, but ready to go really do a job on. Just, again, very impressed. And the disposition to throw kids on a young horse like that and be able to not worry about it. Just really a nice, solid mare right there that everybody ought to be paying attention to. Moving on to hip number 14. Here's another unique one in our cell we haven't seen a ton of this year. But it's a Molly Mule. We were excited to see her. It's a fancy Molly Mule with that buckskin color. She is a 2014 model, so she's 6 years old. She's disposition 3 for comfort rider, temperament 3 for average. I've used her in trail riding and ranch work. Watching him ride around on this mule today, I just really was impressed with how she rides around one-handed, kind of everywhere he points her. I'm not a mule expert by any means, but I've been around him enough to know that when you see this kind of a disposition, that's a plus. Just kind of how she handles everything, level, rides out, takes everything in stride, paying attention. She looks like she could cover some ground pretty well. Boy, she's fancy pretty. If you're going to ride a mule and you want to get noticed, it's going to be hard-pressed to beat what this one is right here. She's 6 years old. Boy, she's got a ton of life ahead of her. Most mules will well outlive a horse. So you're talking about something that's probably got 20-plus years in front of her. And she's fancy, pretty. There's pretty as a mule comes. She'll go out and cover some country for you in the mountains, take care of you. I'm sure she's going to be sure-footed with being a mule. They've packed on her, ridden her. She has a nice fast walk. I apologize. Earlier I said she's 6. She's actually 8. I can't do my math today. So 8 years old, but still a whole ton of life ahead of her. Fancy put together for a mule. Just, this is a cool one. When Matt called me and told me he was going to put this in, I was pretty excited. This might be the fanciest looking mule we have had in our sales in the last 7 years. We've had some good ones, but this is definitely one that everybody that's in the mule world ought to be paying attention to. You know, I think that just a month ago was Cody Mule Days up there in Cody, Wyoming. And if I heard right, I think they sold as high up there this year as they ever have in that mule sale that happens every June. So, you know, good solid mules are hard to find. Here's one right here in our sale that we're excited to have. Okay, moving on to hip number 15. This is Stell Regal. This is a 2013 AQHA mare by Stell Corona, by the Great Corona Cartel, by Holland Ease. Also streaking 6 on the top, so you got some speed bred up there on the top. Out of Flying Regal, a daughter of Regal's Choice, by the Great First Down Dash. So speed again there on the bottom. Master Hand. You've got a lot of the good speed horses there for barrels and to make a head horse or rope horse. We actually, talking with Travis, he's talked about, this horse is brought to you, by the way, by Travis Tapp out of Hesperus, Colorado. He's used this horse all over the mountains. He's packed on her. He's ridden her. He's got her started her open. You'll see a little bit later in the video. They've used her in trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, arena roping, 4-H club show play days, cutting rein cow horses, sorting, team penning, Western Pleasure. They call her Corona. They've used her to lead pack strings as well as packing. This is one that just nice, well put together. She's 9 years old. She's got a ton of life ahead of her. You go finish her out into a head horse or a barrel horse, use her in the mountains, ride her out on the ranch. Talking with Travis, he's really liked this mare. Just, you know, I've talked to him off and on quite a bit about this mare, and he's just told me, can't tell me enough how nice of a mare this is, how good she is to ride, how she takes things in stride and good temperament. She's listed as beginner friendly with a mellow temperament. This is just a good, nice, solid mare. Travis brought some horses to us in February that he sold in our February sale that were all really nice. Getting to know him, I know he works with a lot of other horses. He's also had some clients that he's trained for put horses in our sale. I guarantee this horse is going to have a good, nice foundation on him with Travis riding her. She's got that breeding, again, to go do on. Boy, if you wanted to add her into a place where you can ride her and also breed her, she's got some names on there that the barrel racers and the ropers are going to be paying attention to. So, you know, this is kind of a horse that you can go ride and use and get babies out of and get her to pay for herself. You can see her disposition there with him roping, standing up off her back. Just a good, nice, solid. She got a big, nice, solid back hip, nice front shoulder. She's built right. She's got excellent breeding behind her. Ride her, use her, get some babies out of her. She's got a great pedigree to put into a breeding program. She's bred right to go out and use in the arena, roping, barrels, take her out on the ranch. Again, just well-rounded, and talking to Travis, he's told me over and over again, he can't say enough about how nice and well-rounded this mare is. You can see her, how she carries her head there, rides out. Again, knowing Travis, I guarantee she's going to have a good foundation on her. Just a good, solid, nice mare. I will point out in her pictures, there's some speed indexes there for her dam and sire. You can see she's bred for that speed, and somebody really ought to be paying attention to that mare. Moving on to hip number 16. This gelding I've really been impressed with as well. I really like this horse. I have since they consigned him. I like what I've seen in the videos, what they've told me about him, and just, I mean, what I can see. This horse has got a heck of a foundation on him. I got a kick out of this where he's moving water and the horse is following him around like he's dog. He's going to go wherever he goes. Follows him up here to the end. He's going to turn around and follow him back to the other end. This is ST Roller. He's a 2015 model, AQHA gelding. Real pretty bay, nice hip, well put together. He's by Slip Me a Magic by Cordero, by Toy Star. Also Skipper Rack on the top. On the bottom, out of Saint Sheba, a daughter of Spanish Encender by Spanish Array. Also ST Limit on the bottom. Again, he's a 2015 model. They've got him listed as 3 for Comfort Rider and 3 for Average on Temperament. They've used him in trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, team and breakaway roping. I really like how this horse collects up, loping, carries its head. I like that nice, just steady, solid lope. It picks up the leads. I like how this horse works off his feet. I like, if you read through their write-up on him, all the different things that they've used him for. He's been out on the ranch. He's been roped. They've roped colts off of him and handled colts. They've started him on the head side in the arena roping. They've ranch roped on him. He's good to be around and shoe. He'll cover some steep country, deadfall, water. He's got a ton of miles in the mountains. Again, I just really like how this horse collects up, holds his head, carrying that bit in the loping. He's just well-rounded. They've got a lot of video here that shows just how well-rounded he is. Good sure-footed going down that hill. I just, as I watched this video over and over again, I just, everything about this horse I like. Here he's got him trotting at the diagonal, working back. I think they do a flying lead change on him a little later in this video. Not every horse in the world is going to do that. In fact, very few do it right. I like just how he works off the feet. He flexes at the hip there, at the rib cage there off of his feet. How he carries his head, takes things in stride. This is just a nice, solid horse. This is the kind of all-around horse that will be the horse of a lifetime for somebody, and just one that you'll probably spend the rest of your life trying to replace when he gets old and retired. Just really like everything about this horse. See there, Pony and the other horses down the road. Covers some good country. Just a good, solid, nice horse right there. Just entering the prime of his life with a ton of experience. Moving on to hip number 17. This is Dunk. He's brought to us by Case Kerr out of Afton, Wyoming. He is 2017 grade gelding. His disposition is 2 for beginner friendly. Temperament's 3 for average. They've used him in trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, arena roping, sorting, and team penning. He's a well-broke young gelding. I like how this horse is put together. Good, nice, solid hip. Again, I kind of like that size in that 14 to 15 hands anymore. That's just kind of the perfect size for me. He's great to rope and brand on. He started as a heel horse. He's been hauled to several jackpots. He handles it all with ease. Been used ranch roping and sorting. I think that they show him dragging some calves in the fire in this video a little bit. They say he's very cowy, level-headed. You can see his disposition here, swinging the rope, standing. Again, I like how he's put together. Nice hip, good front shoulder, pretty head. I like how this horse carries his head as well. Actually, I think they got some video in here that they at a ranch rodeo, dude's a ranch roping. So he's going to be well-rounded from that aspect. Just good, nice, solid gelding. 5 years old, another one just entering the prime of his life, ready to go out and really put to work and give a day-to-day job and be a horse. There you can see him heeling that cow in the ranch roping and holding the rope, working the rope. Just a good, nice, solid, all-around kind of gelding right here that's been well exposed to a lot of different jobs, going to be ready to go out and use day in, day out. If you're looking for a good solid ranch horse, here's one. Go finish him in the roping pen. Make a heel horse out of him. Just good, solid, nice gelding right here. See him standing there calm. He's the horse with no rider, standing off there to the left, taking it all in stride, holding right there. Just a good, nice, solid gelding that's going to make somebody a heck of a nice horse. Here you can see him coming out of the box, starting out of the hillside there. You see him there. I think that's him pulling that steer right there. Here, doctoring and working him there. Just a good, nice, solid gelding. I like how he's paying attention there, holding his head, holding that rope. Again, coming out of the box right here, working him into a heel horse. Go finish him out, use him in the rope pen. He's getting the hang right there to be where he needs to be on that hillside. So another good, solid. Again, we've got just a really fun mix of horses on this sale that we're excited about. Here's another American Curly horse. This is hip number 18. This is Chloe. Again, if you're allergic to horses but you like to be around them, you ought to be paying attention to this one. And hip number 3, you see him shooting the balloons there off of her. We'll throw it out again. These American Curlies are the only hyperallergenic horse breed that there is. There's 2 of them in this sale. Hip number 3, I think, is Barbara, and then this one is hip number 18. You see her, we'll open a circle here. But if you're looking for something that's not going to flare your allergies and you can still go out and ride, here they are. Chloe is a 2014 model. She's grade. Disposition is 1 for anyone can ride. Temperament's 2 for mellow. She's got experience in trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, barrel racing. They say they've used her some in 4-H club shows, play days, sorting, team penning, western pleasure. She's super sweet. She'll come to you when you whistle. She loves attention. She's well built, big bone. You can see that in both of these horses, but just well put together. They're built like a tank. She's got good hard hoofs. They say you can leave her barefoot and ride her if you take care of her feet right. She's good with other horses, stands tied, good for the farrier. She's had some green experience, been used as a trail horse. No silliness. Beginner-friendly kind of horse. I'm going to throw out 6 Shooter did a horse. I think with this horse and one other, they did a Memorial Day parade down the streets of Blackfoot. There's a video if you go to the YouTube channel, go to the playlist, go towards the end. There's a video of them carrying flags down through. They also did a 4th of July one carrying flags. Here's another one where they're carrying the milk jugs around the feet. You can see, just go to show she's not going to get wound up if you get her feet tangled up. But if you go in and watch, there's a video, I think, of this horse carrying a flag for Memorial Day. And if you go to their Facebook page, I think there's some pictures carrying flags for the 4th of July out. They do kind of their own parades for that. They're very patriotic and love to go out and show off their horses with the American flag. And we've always enjoyed having them come and do that at our sales as well. But again, if you're allergic to horses, if you're loving them but you don't want to deal with the allergies, these are hyperallergenic horses that you can get away from the allergies and still enjoy going out and riding. And again, they're just built like tanks. Here she's going to drag the sled off. She'll pull from the horn. Be good that way. Just a good, solid, nice horse right here that, again, in almost 7 years of doing this, these are the first ones we've seen of these curly horses that you can not worry about your allergies. And we've got 2 of them in this sale. You can see her there loping out across the rocks. Again, talking about how good her feet were. Good, solid, nice mare there. Excited to see where they end up, and hopefully they can make somebody happy with the allergy issue. Oh, here's one of the horses in the parade. You can see right there. That's the Memorial Day parade. You can see if you go watch it. So moving on to hip number 19. This is Peeps. Another one brought to us by 6 Shooter Livestock up in Blackfoot, Idaho. He's 14.3 hands. He's a 2014 grade gelding. Listed as 1, anyone can ride. 2, temperament, mellow. try that again. Temperament is mellow. He's been used in trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, barrel racing, 4-H club shows, team sorting and penning, Western pleasure. You know, watching the video earlier on this horse, I really like how he carries his head. Just about everything they do in this horse, he's just level-headed, calm. He collects up nice, carries his head nice. She rides him through here one-handed. But one of the things I really noticed, just kind of how this horse carries himself. He's really well put together. Nice hip, front shoulder right there. Pretty head. But I liked how he kind of carried everything in stride. Level-headed, just how he collected up and carried his head through this video. And did a little bit of everything with him. And he just kind of was the same horse no matter what they're doing. He's 14.3 hands. Again, that size that I really like. They've had every level of rider on him. He's easygoing, good looking, gentle family type of horse. Lopes out nice, stride right there. Just a good solid, boy, he's flashy, he's pretty. That nice pretty head. Nice stop right there, wants to tuck his rear end under him there. You can see the disposition. Just going to take it in stride right there. Not going to get spooky on you. Handles everything with just a good disposition. Nice, well-rounded, pretty fancy looking. Just nice golden colored palomino with he's just kind of got some flash to him. Another one, good, looks like all 4 black feet or dark feet anyways. Climb up that hill there. You can see they've got the kids on him. Again, just looking at how he's carrying his head right there, taking things in stride. You can see that kind eye in him right there. Just a good, solid, nice kind of a gelding right here that, again, I can't say enough about how they do getting these horses exposed to a little bit of everything and out where you can see what they can do in just about every environment. They'll even move your trailer around the yard for you. Just a good, nice, solid, pretty gelding. Right there again, what is he? He's 8 years old, right in the prime of his life. Going to make somebody a really nice horse. Okay, moving on to hip number 20. This is Lily. She is brought to us by Casey Bartlett out of Payson, Utah. She is a 2014 pony mare. She's grayed. She's 13 hands. Another one of those, just the right size for you can let your youth go ride but still carry an adult. The other video of her shows him working cattle and doing all different kinds of things. Here you can see Casey's nephew riding around on this pony. This is one I was reviewing through the pre-purchase reports today. I even noticed his vet wrote down disposition-wise how easy and willing this horse was to work with in the pre-purchase exam. And we don't see vets notate that a lot, so it stood out to me. I think there's actually 2 or 3 horses in this cell that vets notated, but this was one of them I remember. They've used her in trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, arena roping, 4-H club shows, play days, sorting, team penning, dressage, driving, pulling. I was talking to Casey the other day about this horse. He wanted to make sure that people knew he'll stand behind this horse no matter what. And guarantee her, he just couldn't say enough about how nice she was, how good she is, how she's been with these kids versus he can get on and go out and work cattle on her. She'll pull a wagon. She's been to weddings, to birthday parties. She's easy to shoe, happy to be saddled. Again, the vet made a note of how easy she was to work with. We don't see that a lot. Just a good, nice, solid. She's well put together. She's kind of a cool color, kind of a unique, almost a chocolate palomino color. You don't see that a lot, let alone in a pony. And I could see this video that they sent over to us kind of loaded a little bit blurry, but wanted to let you see this boy ride this pony. The other videos a little clearer if you go watch, and you can see him working, but just a good, solid, nice, all-around kind of pony right here. The right size. She's 8 years old, got a ton of life. Ponies typically will, again, live longer than a full-grown horse, so she's got a lot of life ahead of her. Here's one that, again, if you're looking for something probably to go do early stages of Little Britches Rodeo, or maybe the first few years of 4-H, going to make somebody a heck of a nice little pony right there. Your child's never going to forget probably that horse. Here's one of the most unique horses in our sale. This is Dolly. She's hip number 21. If you need something that can pull your truck when it breaks down, you need to buy this horse, because she'll probably be able to do it. She's a 2012 draft crossed with a Clydesdale. So Clydesdales are obviously drafts as well, but she's a spotted draft breed crossed with a Clydesdale. She's 2012 model. She's 16 hands. She's beginner friendly. She's got a mellow temperament. They've used her in trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, and she's driving and pulling. So you can pull a cart with her. She's super mellow, loves attention, good to ride in the mountains and the trails. She's as good to use on the ranch for hard days. She stands good for the farrier. This one's brought to us, another one by Cody Noyes. He's actually up in Idaho. I'm looking at our catalog, and there's a typo there. Hopefully it's not on Octria, but this horse is up in Downey, Idaho. Cody's a farrier, so he knows what it means to have a horse that's good for the farrier. But here's a horse that's just big. I mean, you want to pack everything in the kitchen sink. Here's one that can do it. If you need to go work and hold a bowl, I'm sure she can do that. She's just got a cool disposition. She's well put together. She's big. She's solid. I think this is the first Clydesdale cross we've ever had in our sale. Again, these draft crosses have kind of been the hot, neat thing. This is just a cool one. It's just cool temperament, going to do about anything you want. Again, if you want something to go pull a cart, they pulled a cart with her. Heck, if you wanted to pull a plow, you could probably do that. Just a cool horse. Unique. You don't see much of this. And here's one right here that we're excited to see where this one ends up. She's just a cool horse. Cody's done a good job in this video presenting and showing her. If you're looking for something really solid in the mountains, here's another one that's just going to do about anything. Boy, if you want to go hunting elk this fall and be able to haul out an entire elk on one horse, there you go right there. Heck, even you could probably get half a moose on that horse, maybe even a little bit more. But just a cool, solid horse, pretty coloring, marking. I like how she collects up right there, backing up, pulling that cart, or that tarp, sorry. Just really kind of a cool, neat horse. And again, you don't see a lot of that. She's big and solid, but she's not so tall that you're not going to need a ladder. She's, 16 hands, still right there in with a lot of the quarter horses in the world. So just a big, solid, neat horse right there. Moving on to hip number 22. If you're a roper, you need to pay attention on this horse. This is the other horse brought to us by Kara Washburn out of Cedar City, Utah. This is Big Daddy James. They call him Ivory. He's by Ivory James, by Corona Cartel, by Holland Ease on the top, and Strawfy Special on the top as well. On the bottom, out of Buckshot Delight, by the Great First Down Dash, by Great Dash for Cash, and Six Fortunes on the bottom. So you've got the speed bred in, the horse. You can see he's finished on the head side right here. They've used him in trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, and arena roping. He's 16-1 hands. They've got him listed for a confident rider and average disposition. He's a 2013 model, registered AQHA. He's big, gentle horse that can really run. He's smooth strided, feels like he's floating. He's running horse bred on both sides, but has enough cow to know what he's running down and will work hard. Again, if you want to know what the basis is on the Washburns, just Google search them. You'll find story after story after their training program, what they've done over the last 20, 30 years. Kara's been right in the middle of that. She does a great job with these horses. There are a lot of people in the roping world that when they go looking for a rope horse, they go looking for Washburns. Here's another one you can see spinning, pivoting, working off his feet. Shows the handle that he's got on him. He's only 9 years old. He's got his whole life ahead of him. A lot of life ahead of him. He's just right in the prime. Boy, that's nice. For a big, tall horse to spin and work off like that. You can see it there. You can see him again. If you're looking for a finished rope horse, he's ready to go right out, go to the jackpots, take you to the rodeos. It's that time of year. You can see him working the rope through here. Just a big, solid, nice gelding that's ready to go out, take you jackpot. See him scoring the steer right there, standing good in the box. Nice, level-headed. You can see they've had him all over out in the mountains out there. Just a good, solid, nice horse. Look at the front shoulder on him riding out through there, handling the water. I like how he carries his head. Again, I like how he worked off of her feet there, pivoting and working, spinning right there. This is just a good kind of solid horse. This is the kind of horse that if you want to go out and ranch and still be able to go rope and do all day, he's going to cover some country out there on the ranch. He's going to take you to the rope pen. He's probably going to get you to the pay window. He's strong from the horn, and he's right up. He'll handle about every kind of steer, from the slow ones to the fast ones to the big ones that want to drag hard. Just a good, solid horse right here that if you're looking for something that's plug and play, you ought to be paying attention right there. Moving on to hip number 23, this is Owie. This is another kind of a unique, there's some uniqueness to this horse. He's registered with the American Cow Horse Association. So it's a little bit different registry. The papers are there, and he's right up with his pedigree. He is by Bunkhouse 045, by Genuine Smoke, by Mr. Gunsmoke. Also Lonesome Tiger on the top. On the bottom, out of Golden Guinea 045, by Rojo Dread Drift, by Rueno Rojo. Also Cole Links on the bottom. Again, this is the American Cow Horse Registry, so it's a little bit different looking papers and registry, but he is registered. Boy, look how he tucked right there and turned back and worked that. I know watching this video the other day, I was very impressed. I just really like how he tucks his back end and spins back on that. They've done a great job getting him going there, and how he handles the clex up, works just sliding right there and working back. Boy, if you want to go in the cutting pen or reined cow horse and work a cow out in the open, you can see him here ponying this colt, and how he handles that in stride with the colt kind of going. Ponied up right there to that colt and handled that really well. Goes to show his disposition handling that on the end of a rope. It's one thing to handle a cow on the end of the rope. It's a whole other thing to handle that on the end of a rope. They've used him for trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, arena roping, barrel racing, 4-H club show and paydays, cutting, sorting, and team penning. You can see with the tarp there carrying him, he rides out nice lope there, riding him one-handed there. He's been used for some breakaway roping, ranch ropings. You can put an advanced rider who knows what to do and go win a jackpot on him, and the next day throw your kid on him, or a new rider, and he'll pack him anywhere safely. He's got a heck of a mix of talent. He's just, I really like everything. You can see him going over the jumps there and obstacles. See him work a rope here. Just really a cool, nice, well-rounded horse. He's 10 years old, so he's right in the prime of his life. Got a lot of life ahead of him. He's brought to us by Spencer Jarvis out of I don't have that in my notes right here. It's up in the Wasatch Front area. I think it's Spanish Fork, Utah is where this horse is going to be. It'll be listed in the auction site. But just really a cool, well-rounded, neat horse right here that, again, I mean, ponying that colt says a lot about that horse. Here they are going to pony him again. There's not a lot of horses you can go snub colts and handle them like this horse does, and go do all the other things that he does. Just really a well-rounded horse, good solid foundation, right in the prime of his life. Going to make somebody a really nice horse. See how he collects up right there, bends forward and flexes at her foot. Just you can tell that horse has got a heck of a good foundation on him. Moving on to hip number 24. This is J.K. Joe's Mac T. This is the other one that was in the Memorial Day Parade. So I was actually, Chloe wasn't. It was this horse and Peeps. But here is, they call him Joey. He's by Don't Skip Joe, by Skatey Joe, by Watch Joe Jack. So you can go back to Two-Eyed Jack, I think, or along those lines. He's also Skip a Disc on the top. On the bottom, out of Gold Royal Date, a daughter of Dude's Casey Date by Dude's Casey Boy. Also Royal Badger Son. Some good foundation bloodlines there. I like how this horse is put together. Look at that front shoulder on him and that nice big hip. Pretty color, pretty head. Like how he's carrying his head right there, paying attention. How he's carrying that bit. This is another one from Shooter Livestock. I think this is their last one in the sale. He's a 2015 model, so he's just 7. He's registered AQHA. He's 14 hands. They've got him listed as 1. Anybody can ride. Temperament is 2 for mellow. They've used him trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, arena roping, 4-H club shows, play days, cutting, team sorting, penning, Western pleasure. He's been used for about everything. He's crossed through some rough country, looking for wild cows in the mornings, giving rides for kids in the evenings. He's very level-headed. You can see here they've got their granddaughter on him right there. I guarantee you they wouldn't put her up there if they didn't think she was safe. He's going to cover out and cross some water there. If I'm seeing that right, he's got all good, solid, nice feet there. Look at he's relaxed there. Look at his lips, how he's carrying his head. Just a good, nice, solid gelding there that is going to get you noticed. He's just beginning the prime of his life. The dinosaurs can ride him there. Just nice. Look how he's carrying his head there. Nice, level-headed. Collected up, walking out nice. Just nice gelding. He's flashy. He's going to get you noticed. He's well put together. He's registered. He's just entering the prime of his life. He's everything you should be looking for in a horse right there. Again, we want to remind everybody that as you go through here, if you look at the last picture at every horse, it'll be a pre-purchase exam. It's a general exam. I want to touch on that. We give you the details to try to make an educated decision as a buyer before you bid. That pre-purchase exam is there for you to review, talk to your vet, call and ask questions. Most of them have been posted for 2 weeks. If anybody wanted additional info, we made arrangements for them to be able to do it. But we want to be clear that these horses sell as is based on the pre-purchase exam. There is no post-purchase exams accepted. So make sure you review that. Make sure you're familiar with what it means. Make sure you're familiar with kind of what level of an exam that is. Go talk to your vet if you're not sure. Ask them to break it down for you. Because we want to be clear. We do our best to make sure that buyers have all the information to make a good decision buying the horse. But when you buy the horse, you're going to own the horse. So again, make sure you review those. Make sure that you've called and asked questions to the consignor. Our biggest hang-up is when somebody buys a horse and has never talked to the consignor. That accounts for 95% of the issues we see from our sales. And if you haven't called up and talked to the consignor and the horse doesn't fit, then we don't want to see that. But if you haven't talked to the consignor, that's kind of on the buyer. So make sure you've talked to the consignor. Make sure you reviewed the pre-purchases. Moving on to hip number 25. I just was talking to Jaden Frazier today with Frazier Training and Livestock. This horse is down in Enterprise. This is a cool horse. He's been to a couple of our other sales and sold some horses. Boy, they get some good experience out there with Jaden. This horse is a 2009 grade mare. She's 15 hands. She's disposition 1. Anyone can ride. A temperament 2 that's mellow. She's a cool horse. I know I've had a couple people reach out with a couple questions that have mentioned her. They've used her in trail riding, ranch work, and barrel racing. She's a been there, done it kind of horse. mainly been used on the ranch and out on the trails as a pleasure horse, but has a little bit of experience in the barrels of poles, packing, feedlot, and harness. So if you're looking for something for 4-H or little britches, she could probably go do it. Take you out on the trail, take you out hunting, take you on a pack trip out in the mountains. She's a great confidence builder kind of a horse. I like how she carries herself, riding, tucks herself. This little girl will ride off on her. Again, talking to Jaden, he talked about just this is a good, solid, nice, all-around kind of mare that's going to get along with about anybody. She's been there, done it. She's seen it. You can see how she carries herself in the mountains, walk right out in that water. Just a good, solid, all-around kind of a horse. She's, 13? So right there, experience prime. You see her working the rope there. Still got a lot of life ahead of her. Just a cool, solid, all-around kind of a nice horse right here. That's going to take care of somebody. Looks like everybody in the family can ride her. You can use her on the ranch, use her in the mountains. Going to be level-headed, easy going. You could put her in, get some babies out of her. Use her as an embryo mare. But she's really going to make somebody happy just going out and riding her, using her. Well-rounded. She's the kind that can be laid off or rode consistently. She'll be the horse regardless. Same horse that you can use. Like how she's put together, nice big solid back hip, good front shoulder there. Just a good solid all around kind of a horse that's going to make somebody a really nice horse. See him working the rope with her right there out in the calf pen. Again, Jaden does a good job using these horses, getting them used all over in different aspects of out in the mountains and out on the ranch. See her hold the rope right there. Here you can see her out in the arena. Looks like we're going to get her. We'll let this run just a little bit, run the poles. Again, these videos, a lot of them are well beyond what we're showing tonight. If you're interested in one of these horses, please go watch it all and get through it and see everything about it. Moving on, this is our last horse to sell. This is Cochise. This is hip number 26. This is probably one of the hottest colors there's been for the last couple of years in that bay roan. He's pretty. He's well put together. He's got a nice hip and front shoulder. He's a 2018 model, so he's only 4 years old. Boy, he's put together nice for a 4-year-old. He's 15 hands. They've got him listed for a confident rider and average disposition. Most 4-year-olds are going to require a confident rider at that age. But boy, I like how he's put together. I like how he carries his head. You can see him working off his feet right here. I know this horse has spent quite a bit of time with the trainer. He's going to have a heck of a foundation on him. See how loose that rein is with him working his feet on the rein. That horse is going to have a nice foundation. He's going to know how to pivot. He's got his whole life ahead of him. Just ready to go out and finish out to really make a job. They've used him in trail riding and ranch work. Again, I know he spent a lot of time with the trainer over the last couple of months. He's been with the trainer, I know. He's got the stamina to handle a hard day's work. You can see him here working the flag on the fence if you want to work him into a cutting horse. See him watching that, cutting back, paying attention, working that flag. He's going to have a heck of a nice foundation on him there. He's well put together. He's pretty. They say he's the first one to meet you at the gate. Enjoys being around people. Wants to please people. This is a good video to kind of show the all-around. Again, he's that color everybody's been looking for the last couple of years, and you just don't see a lot. He's really a pretty, well-put-together gelding. I like how he's watching that flag, working off his feet. He's going to have one heck of a foundation. And, again, he's got his whole life ahead of him. He's just ready to go out and really put to work every day and have that kind of a horse that's going to last you all, the next 15 to 20 years. Just, again, I like how this horse carries his head. Nice and collected. Walks out level-headed. Going to see him cross some water there. Just a good, solid, nice, all-around kind of a young gelding. Really well put together. He's going to make somebody a nice horse. This is another one that could go be somebody's horse of a lifetime. I like how he rides on that loose rein, how he handles it. You can see him here working the rope. Just good, solid, level-headed, good disposition, taking things in stride. Going to have, again, just a really, really good foundation on him. When you get these horses that have got that flex, that collect, that handle, work off your feet, know how to carry their head, know how to carry that bit. Young horse with his whole life ahead of him. This is just a nice gelding right here. That's going to make somebody a heck of a horse with a whole life to go. Loping a nice collected circle. Again, just collect it up, how he's carrying his head right there. Picking up the lead, paying attention to his rider. That's a nice young horse right there that somebody's really going to like. And he's going to finish up our sale tomorrow. So, again, we want to remind everybody there are the pre-purchase reports at the end of every picture. All the bidding takes place in the detail page here through the Octria site. You can go and get the consignor info and the terms and conditions there. If you haven't talked to the consignor and you're interested in a horse, please pick up the phone in the next 24 hours and call him before you bid. Make sure that you understand what you're getting and make sure that it's going to fit. Again, we'll throw this out tomorrow as the bidding starts to close. If you've got questions, if you need help with payments, anything with the processes, you can call those two numbers and get some help. I will throw out at this point, if you have not pre-registered for a bank wire or made some other arrangements for payment, then credit card payment will be the only option tomorrow. And that does come with a 3% processing fee because it's what it costs us to process it. So at this point, if you're not already gone through the effort to pre-qualify with us for some other payment method, then you're going to need to pay with a credit card. So please be aware with that when you get ready to go tomorrow. So with that, again, we will start closing the bidding at 6 p.m. tomorrow with the first horse. They're in 5-minute increments. Horses can extend if there's bidding in the last 60 seconds. They can extend multiple times. It's possible that an early hip number will surpass a later hip number with extensions. So please, pay attention. Tomorrow is at 6 o'clock is really when it's going to get down to the nitty-gritty and determine who gets these horses bought. But if you're not available at that time, you can go in and you can put the proxy bid in like we showed at the beginning. Again, there's a video at the bottom of the page on all these that'll walk you through how to do all the bidding if you missed some of this early on. So we wish everybody the best of luck. Again, if you haven't talked to consignors, please do that before you start bidding on the horse. Make sure you review the pre-purchase reports on these horses, the terms and conditions of the sale. Make sure that you understand that as a buyer, you'll be responsible for transportation. You got 7 days to make that happen. If you need more time, most of these consignors will work with you, but you should call and talk to them beforehand and make sure you understand if that's going to cost you some extra money. So we wish everybody the best of luck. If anybody's got some questions and would like to talk to us tomorrow, please feel free to pick up the phone and give us a call. We'll be glad to help you out and answer questions. With that, we wish everybody good luck. We'll go live for a few minutes before these start closing tomorrow, but we will not be live during most of the bidding closing. We'll just go live for a few minutes around 5:30 to kind of review where everything's at, and then we'll be managing the software behind the scenes from that point on. So we wish everybody good luck. Again, if you haven't talked to the consignors, please call them and talk to them before you bid, and we look forward to seeing where these horses end up tomorrow, and we wish everybody a good evening.